Hey everybody, Tim at Doc's Autos again, and thanks for joining. Today we are going to take a quick look at the BMW, the F25 here. Hopefully a short one-part session, maybe two if we don't get the problem solved. But the problem I have, I'll show you. I've already taken the shroud off the top here, but twice in the last week I noticed a little drip of oil hit the exhaust and made a nasty smell. Bad oil, bad burning smell. So I knew when I got the vehicle there was a leaky valve cover gasket possibly, or something else weeping. And I got the full kit from FCP Euro to replace it all. Take all this top stuff off, fuel rail, Valvetronic motor, all that stuff. Wasn't really looking forward to doing that, and the more I got into looking at the oil leakage, I don't see any from the very base of the valve cover gasket. What I see is a lot of wetness around where this Valvetronic motor goes in and that seal. So I'm going to take a gamble and just replace the seal right now, and hopefully that will remedy the leak. I had a little bit of oil in this well here under second cylinder here, but it looks like that was from a bad pouring of a previous oil change, and otherwise a little weepage right up here from the sensor. But otherwise, the big bulk of my error issue, I think, is coming from down here. So, you know, it's kind of wet and drippy back here, if you can see a little bit, but it's not looking like it's, you know, since the top of the side of the valve cover is also wet, I think it's coming from this seal here, not from the actual gasket itself around the base. So my plan is take this off, take a look at it, and see what we get. So hopefully I'm looking at just bolt here, bolt, bolt, bolt. So if I can get this coil out, I can get to the little bolt below, and hopefully everything comes out easily. I'll see if we can get in here with this wiring harness in here. Hopefully we can. All I've got is 3/8 dry, but I've got a universal, so maybe I can get that in here. Yep, those are E8, but I just may not have enough room maybe I can sneak it out of here. Just enough to get it out of the way. Alright, well, I'm looking for a better tool to get in there. You can see when I pulled those injectors out, or the coils out, that there is definitely pools of oil behind both of these. So I do think this seal is definitely the cause of my problems so far. So I'm going to keep working on getting this little E8 reverse Torx out, and we'll come back. All right, folks, we are back. It's been a while, a little vacation, a little shop being delivered, but we're back with the X3. I went ahead and got my proper E8 deep socket to get down in here, and I've gone ahead and quickly loosened these 8s, and then there's a 4mm Allen in here, which you will want to back off to loosen the tension to pull off this motor. So I'm going to go ahead and loosen this up, take out these 2 bolts. Motor should slide free. Take out these 2 bolts for the gasket and put the new one in and put everything back together. So that is our plan of attack. We will see if everything goes as planned. Just to be safe, I'm going to stuff part of a paper towel down here be certain I don't drop one of these screws down there, because I don't want to go fishing. One. Two. And then the third one tucked down under here. This motor should just come right out now. If I get this. There we go. And there's our gear here. You can see down here where it looks like there's been some oil seepage out. So I'm going to call that being my culprit. And of course you can see oil around here. So I'm going to take this whole gasket off. Actually, if you look down in here, you get a better light. If you look down here, you can see there is oil. So I'm going to soak that up. And I think that's most definitely where our issue is stemming from. So we'll get that cleaned up, pull this old gasket off, and reassemble. Oh yeah, plenty of oil in there. Oh yeah, that's where our leak's been coming from. All right, let's go ahead and take off this old gasket. Just snaps right off of there. You can see here we've got residue down here. So I'm thinking that's definitely our course of leak, and you can certainly see, if you bring right up close, right down in there, oil leakage. But if you look at the rest of it, everything looks nice, golden brown, just what you would expect to see. There's nothing really icky in there. And if you look at the new gasket here, there is just a little dimple down on the bottom as an indicator that it goes in with that dimple towards the bottom. But what I do notice, as I've seen other folks comment, is that the older gaskets become harder and just more, not brittle, but just hard and crispy. And this one still is soft and has some flex to it. So when we made it up against here, it'll be make a nice tight seal. So I'll just clean off the surface a little bit here. Then we can set it back in place. I'll let it seat, it'll snug it up. There we go, that's easy as that. We'll go get our motor and set that back in. We'll mount this bottom nut in first. A little bit of adjustment here and it fits right back in its home. And we'll go and get these in, get everything snugged up before we cinch everything down. There we go. Now we'll go and snug this back up. There we go. We'll go and plug our cable back in. Not that one, not that one. Where did you go? You're here somewhere, right there in front of my face. Got that plugged in. Go set our 2 coil packs back where they go. There. And then this one. And there we go. There we go. That's all back in place. Now the last thing I'll do then is just put the trim cover back on and call it good. There's a sensor over here, and that does have a little weepage on it, but certainly not by any means enough to cause a leak down the side of the valve cover and then onto the exhaust. So I do believe we have this issue fixed. I guess only time will tell. I did go ahead and clean off the valve cover, but the telling tale will be just to give it some time and see if these wells where the coil packs go in, see if those fill up with oil again. And if they don't, that would be our problem is solved. So for now, we'll leave you with that hopefully is a good fix. And if you like this, go ahead and hit like and subscribe below. Share it to your friends. Tell YouTube we're good folks, because we are. Again, as I've said before, more fun stuff coming up this summer, mostly the building of our shed down there. So there'll be a bunch of videos on that. Hopefully step-by-step from digging out the trenches for the foundations, when the concrete crew comes in and pours the foundation, all the rebar, and then of course the fun time of erection. Yes, I said it, erection of the massive steel building. So that is next on our agenda, I think. And this project overall, once I had all the parts, it was probably 25 minutes to do. So I'm sure if you brought it into a shop, they would charge you an hour of shop time, if not more, to diagnose it. The kit, the whole parts list, the whole valve cover gasket kit from FCP Euro was about $107. I believe $107 or $120, whatever. I got the official BMW stuff versus the OEM brand. I got the OE BMW stuff, as you can see on my sticker here. And that does leave me with the main valve cover gasket and then the 3 little plugs around the injectors, which also get brittle and leak, as well as the plugs for the spark plugs or the coils. So plenty of parts here left if that does not fix it for us, but I'm confident based on what I saw from the leak that is going to solve our problem. So again, I'll cut the video off. I did that once again. Traditional Minnesota goodbye. So again, like, subscribe, have a great day, and see you on the next video. Bye-bye.